It started as a secret no one was supposed to know. But secrets don't stay buried when the world's richest man falls in love. Behind the walls of Amazon's empire, a private storm was brewing, one that would soon rewrite everything we thought we knew about Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez. Insiders say it wasn't business that brought them together. It was desire and danger. Jeff Bezos had conquered the world. He'd built an empire so vast that his name became a symbol of unstoppable success. But behind the power and precision was something darker, a loneliness money couldn't fix. Those close to him described his routine as robotic: 12-hour meetings, quiet dinners, nights alone in his penthouse staring at city lights that reflected only his emptiness. Then came her, Lauren Sanchez, a helicopter pilot, television host, and Hollywood insider with a smile that could disarm even the coldest boardroom. She wasn't impressed by his billions. She was drawn to the man behind the brand. Their first meeting wasn't planned. Sources claim it happened at a private Los Angeles gala. Dim lights, champagne flowing, cameras banned. Bezos was there out of obligation, another social appearance he didn't want. But when Lauren entered the room, everything shifted. She had this energy, one guest later recalled. When she laughed, even Jeff looked up, like he just remembered what being human felt like. They talked for hours, about flying, about freedom, about wanting more than power. And that night, for the first time in years, Bezos didn't go home early. Days turned into secret messages, weeks into midnight calls. The world's richest man, sending hearts and emojis like a teenager in love. Insiders say Lauren made him reckless. He began skipping high-profile meetings just to see her. He'd text during board sessions. His assistants noticed the change. Softer tone, more smiles, less focus. One former staffer told Popwire, "We used to call it the Sanchez effect." He'd light up every time she called. He wasn't Jeff the CEO anymore. He was Jeff, the man chasing something he couldn't buy. But there was a problem. Both were entangled. Jeff in a long marriage that shaped his empire, and Lauren with a powerful Hollywood agent. Their relationship wasn't just risky, it was explosive. Still, they couldn't stop. Private jets, hidden villas, anonymous hotels booked under fake names, each encounter more dangerous than the last. In one leaked text, allegedly verified by an anonymous source, Bezos wrote, "You make me feel alive again. I'd risk everything just to hear you laugh." And, according to insiders, he meant it. But love like this doesn't stay hidden forever. One tiny mistake, one misplaced photo, one betrayed friend, and suddenly the world would know everything. As one insider whispered to reporters, "There's proof Bezos risked everything for her, and it's about to surface." Last time, we saw the spark that no one could control, a billionaire's forbidden obsession. But every secret comes with a price, and for Jeff Bezos, that price was about to go global. At exactly 6:12 a.m., the National Enquirer dropped a bombshell headline. Jeff Bezos' double life, intimate messages exposed. Attached were never-before-seen photos, text snippets, and even private nicknames. The internet froze. The world's richest man, caught in a scandal straight out of a soap opera. Within hours, every major outlet from CNN to TMZ was spinning the story. Screens across the globe filled with images no one believed were real. And in Seattle's Amazon headquarters, panic erupted. Phones were ringing non-stop, one insider revealed. Executives were in shock. No one knew what was real, what was fake, or who had betrayed him. Bezos's pristine public image cracked in an instant. Investors worried. PR teams scrambled. Tabloids feasted. And at the center of it all was one name, Lauren Sanchez. Overnight, she went from celebrity pilot to front-page obsession. Her photos dominated search engines. Her name trended worldwide. Some dubbed her the billionaire whisperer. Others called her the woman who grounded Amazon's king. But behind the scenes, Jeff was spiraling. Sources close to him say he couldn't stop asking one question. Who leaked this? At first, he blamed hackers, then journalists, then, heartbreakingly, people closest to him. One Amazon executive claims Jeff locked himself in his office for hours, replaying old conversations, trying to trace the betrayal. He thought it had to be someone in his circle, the insider told Drama Plug. Someone who knew his routines, his private life, his phone access. It broke him. Meanwhile, Lauren remained silent. No statements, no interviews, no denials. Just a few cryptic posts on social media. Sunsets, quotes about truth, and one line that sent fans into a frenzy. Sometimes, silence is the loudest revenge. Was she protecting Jeff or protecting herself? No one could tell. Then came the twist. Just days after the scandal broke, an encrypted email surfaced, sent to an investigative reporter by an unnamed whistleblower. Inside were metadata trails, timestamps, and payment records that didn't match any U.S. source. The leak, they claimed, was international. A journalist involved said. It looked like someone outside the country had orchestrated it. Someone with access to powerful networks and deep pockets. The report suggested ties to a foreign media operative who had been following Bezos's movements for months. Private jets, meetings in Spain, encrypted messages traced through offshore servers. The breadcrumbs were all there. Even Jeff's own security chief allegedly warned him. This wasn't random. Someone wanted this out, and they knew exactly what they were doing. Who was behind it? A jealous rival? A corporate enemy? Or someone even closer to home? As one insider whispered to Pop Press, if Jeff knew the truth about who leaked it, it would destroy everything and everyone he loves. No one expected this. While Jeff Bezos vanished from the cameras, hiding, humiliated, rebuilding, Lauren Sanchez did something no one predicted. She smiled. Insiders say that smile wasn't defiance. It was strategy, because what looked like survival was actually her next power move. The world was ripping her apart. Headlines labeled her the homewrecker, the distraction, the woman who brought down $1 trillion man. But while the media screamed, Lauren stayed calm, unbothered, polished, perfectly composed. She wasn't running from the scandal. She was rebranding it. While Jeff hid in private jets and undisclosed mansions, Lauren was in Beverly Hills, sitting down with producers, PR fixers, and some of Hollywood's sharpest strategists. She knew how to flip the story, one insider told Pop Press. Every woman who's been vilified knows the power of narrative. Lauren was rewriting hers in real time. Behind those closed doors, she wasn't crying over heartbreak. She was planning her empire. Within weeks, she appeared at charity events again. Dazzling dresses, subtle smiles, cameras followed her every step. And every step felt choreographed. She walked in like she owned the room, said a PR executive who attended one of her appearances. People whispered that she looked untouchable, like the scandal never even happened. And maybe it hadn't, not for her. Because Lauren had something no one else did. Leverage. Friends later revealed she kept what they called a folder full of receipts. Intimate texts, voice notes, and photos that could change the story overnight. One close friend claimed, if she ever wanted to end Jeff, she could. But that's not what she wanted. She wanted respect. Then came the rumor that set the internet on fire. An alleged voice recording, supposedly captured on a private jet, surfaced online for a few hours before vanishing. In the clip, a man sounding eerily like Jeff Bezos could be heard saying, "You're my real future. Everything else was a mistake." No one confirmed it. No one denied it. But the timing was impossible to ignore. Insiders say the leak wasn't an accident, that Lauren wanted it out there, just enough to remind the world who held the cards. She knew Jeff's team was trying to protect his reputation, another anonymous source said. So she leaked the one thing that made her untouchable: his words, his voice, his love. And then, the biggest twist of all, a claim that split the internet in half. A source told Drama Plug that Lauren herself may have intentionally leaked parts of the original messages. Not to destroy Jeff, but to expose his ex-wife's powerful circle. According to those whispers, someone in that circle had been quietly feeding details to the press, manipulating headlines to make Lauren the villain. So she fought back the only way she knew how, by controlling the chaos. She didn't just survive the scandal, the insider said. She ran it. Every headline, every leak, it was all part of her chessboard. The world saw Wu. But behind the scenes, she was something far more dangerous, a strategist who turned humiliation into dominance. As one Hollywood producer put it, she wasn't the victim. She was the architect. And that was Lauren Sanchez's secret power move. When love meets power, betrayal is never far behind. Jeff Bezos thought he had contained the storm, sealed the leaks, silenced the whispers, rebuilt his image. But he didn't see this coming because the next betrayal came from inside his own circle. It started quietly. A few suspicious transfers, unusual messages, and a security report that didn't add up. Jeff's private security team, once his most trusted shield, had a crack. And through that crack, everything began to unravel. One of his closest advisors, the man who handled his private security for years, allegedly flipped. The same man who traveled on his jets, guarded his homes, and knew his most intimate secrets. Insiders say he was under pressure. A deal was offered. Money, protection, silence in exchange for cooperation. And when the Guardian Ledger published a second wave of leaks, this time including internal Amazon communications, Jeff's team knew it wasn't an outside hack, it was someone on the inside. Emails surfaced, encrypted threads, private memos, and meeting transcripts that showed internal conflicts between Jeff and his top executives. Some argued he had become distracted. Others questioned Lauren's influence on corporate decisions. One email, allegedly sent by a senior board member, read, "We cannot allow personal affairs to dictate billion-dollar decisions." When Jeff saw it, he snapped. According to one insider, he slammed his phone against the wall and shouted, "Who sent this? Who's feeding them?" The betrayal hit harder than the tabloids ever could. He had built Amazon on loyalty. Now that loyalty was fracturing in real time. In one heated meeting, Jeff reportedly confronted his advisor, the man now accused of selling him out. Tears, shouting, accusations. "You were supposed to protect me," Jeff allegedly yelled. "Not sell me." The advisor said nothing, only stared back, his silence louder than any confession. Hours later, he was gone. His contract terminated, his accounts frozen. But the damage was already done. Jeff hired private investigators. The best money could buy. They traced calls, tracked encrypted data trails, and uncovered connections that led to an unexpected name, a foreign media intermediary already linked to the first leak. It was the same pattern, the same tactics. Someone was orchestrating this from the shadows. Through it all, Lauren stood by Jeff, at least in public. She appeared beside him at charity events, holding his hand, whispering reassurances to the cameras. But insiders claimed it was just for show. She was already moving differently, said one Hollywood PR fixer. Different meetings, different calls, a new team around her. She was preparing for something, maybe her exit. One source claimed Lauren had begun secret talks with major producers about a documentary deal, her side of the story. And while Jeff was drowning in betrayal, she was allegedly meeting powerful figures behind his back. Among them, a major rival billionaire known for his feud with Bezos. No one knows what was discussed in that meeting, but one insider described it as the moment everything changed. Jeff thought he was fighting the media. He didn't realize he was fighting his own people, and maybe even the woman he thought he could trust. The line between love and strategy blurred until it disappeared. As one investigator put it, he built an empire on control. But in the end, it was his heart that betrayed him. No one knew where she went that night. But hours after Jeff Bezos' security chief disappeared, Lauren Sanchez was seen entering a billionaire's Malibu estate, alone. The leaked photos broke the internet. And the question everyone's asking is, who really pulled the strings? It was a quiet night in Malibu, the kind of night where the ocean swallows sound and secrets vanish into the waves. At 11:47 p.m., a black SUV rolled past the gated entrance of a cliffside mansion. Cameras caught the reflection of a woman's face in the tinted window. Lauren Sanchez, insiders say she wasn't supposed to be there. The mansion belonged to one of the most powerful billionaires alive, someone Jeff Bezos once called a strategic rival. Some tabloids claim it was Elon Musk's property. Others swear it belonged to a Hollywood media mogul known for his quiet influence over Amazon studios. But no one could confirm, until now. A journalist named Mark Rivas had been following flight logs for weeks. A Gulfstream jet left Seattle that same evening under a shell company used by Bezos' team, but it didn't land at any Amazon facility. It landed in Van Nuys. 3 hours later, another jet, registered to a company linked to Musk's circle, arrived at the same private terminal. Coincidence? Or coordination? Mark didn't think so. He traced digital breadcrumbs, encrypted texts, and an internal email that read, "The package is confirmed. She'll be there by midnight." When that message leaked, the media exploded. What could drive Lauren Sanchez to that secret meeting? Love? Power? Revenge? Insiders close to Bezos say she had grown frustrated. Jeff had started to distance himself, one source whispered. He didn't trust anyone, not even her. Lauren wanted control. She wanted a seat at the table, not as a girlfriend, but as a force. And when she realized Jeff's empire wasn't built for sharing, she made her move. Some believed the meeting in Malibu was about a new media venture, one that would challenge Amazon's dominance in entertainment. Others say it was something darker. In a leaked phone call, a voice alleged to be Lauren's can be heard saying, "He thinks he owns everything. He's about to learn who really does." By dawn, the internet was on fire. Your Malibu meeting trended for 48 hours straight. Paparazzi camped outside Musk's properties. Hollywood fixers denied everything. But the most shocking part wasn't who she met. It was who arranged it. A former Amazon executive, now working quietly with rival companies, was identified through metadata on the leaked security footage. He had access to internal flight schedules, security rotations, and even Jeff's private calendar. And guess who fired him months earlier? Jeff Bezos himself. Insiders claim this ex-executive wanted revenge. He knew how to hurt Jeff, not through business but through trust. So he allegedly orchestrated the Malibu meeting, leaked the footage, and watched the world tear Bezos apart, one headline at a time. By the end of that week, tabloids weren't talking about money anymore. They were talking about legacy, a billionaire who lost control, a woman who turned power into leverage, and a secret meeting that blurred the line between business and betrayal. One insider summed it up perfectly. It was never about love. It was about legacy. But here's the twist. The person who exposed the Malibu meeting, the one who sent the photos to the press, wasn't a stranger. It was someone inside Jeff's house. A name that, when revealed, would shatter everything he thought he knew. When the truth finally broke, it didn't come through whispers. It came through evidence. A confidential dossier, photos, recordings, texts, all pointing to one conclusion. The world's richest man was being taken down from the inside. This wasn't rumor anymore. This was war, and the evidence changed everything. It started with a delivery to the Daily Standard. A sleek black envelope, no return address, stamped confidential. Inside, hundreds of pages of data, timestamps, screenshots, even voice notes. Journalists froze when they saw the header, Private Communications, J. Bezos. Within hours, the outlet's servers were flooded with encrypted attachments. Someone wanted this story out. Fast. Forensic analysts confirmed the timestamps matched Jeff's private communications. Every photo, every chat log, every late-night voicemail, authentic. The leak hit the internet like a meteor. Twitter, Reddit, news anchors whispering words they never thought they'd say. The richest man on earth, exposed again. Amazon boardrooms went silent. Stock prices wavered. and Jeff's lawyers went into overdrive, calling it a complete fabrication. One press release read, "We will pursue every legal option to identify those responsible for this malicious act." But the public had already decided. Screenshots of leaked audio messages circulated everywhere, Jeff's voice broken saying, "I can't control this anymore." Jeff's legal team launched a digital hunt. Private cyber firms traced the leaks to multiple locations: Dubai, Madrid, Los Angeles. Someone had gone to great lengths to bury their tracks. Then came the real twist. Lauren Sanchez released a statement. She didn't deny anything. Didn't defend Jeff. Instead, she wrote, calm, poised, and painfully cryptic. "Some truths are not meant to be hidden forever. I wish peace for everyone involved." Insiders say Jeff was furious. He felt she'd betrayed him twice. First with silence, now with subtlety, said one source. The emotional unraveling began. He stopped attending board meetings, isolated himself in his Seattle mansion, and behind the scenes, friends say he kept replaying that final recording, over and over. A confidential court filing later leaked revealed the dossier had been compiled months earlier, before the Malibu meeting, before the security scandal. It wasn't spontaneous, it was planned. The report detailed surveillance logs, encrypted call intercepts, and photographs taken by someone inside Bezos' own team, someone with full access. Investigators found metadata tying the files back to an encrypted drive used by Jeff's former head of security. The same man fired weeks before the first leaks began. The pieces finally connected. Every leak, every scandal, every anonymous tip, it wasn't random. It was revenge. In one of the final leaked clips, a shaky voice note plays, time-stamped just days before the Malibu photos went public. It's Jeff. You can hear the exhaustion in his tone. "I can't control this anymore. I thought I could fix it. But maybe it's already over." The audio cuts there. No follow-up. No explanation. Just silence. For a man who built an empire on control, this was the sound of collapse. And as headlines screamed across the world, one question remained. Was this love destroyed by betrayal? Or a carefully engineered takedown that changed history forever? Because in the end, it wasn't the money, the fame, or the power that broke Jeff Bezos. It was the evidence, and the one person who knew exactly when to use it. It's been years since the world watched their empire crumble. The scandals, the secrets, the silence. But what came next wasn't chaos. It was reinvention. Jeff Bezos turned his gaze from the earth to the stars. Lauren Sanchez stepped into the spotlight she once ran from. And though the world moved on, neither truly escaped the story that changed everything. Today, Jeff Bezos walks the launch pads of Blue Origin. Quiet, reflective, but still relentless. He speaks of humanity's destiny among the stars. But insiders say he's really chasing something else. Redemption. He wants to be remembered for creation, not scandal, says a former Amazon executive. And maybe that's true. Gone are the days of front-page chaos. Now it's documentaries, charitable funds, and strategic interviews about the future of humankind. But every time he steps in front of a camera, people still whisper, does he ever think about her? Lauren Sanchez, once branded as the billionaire whisperer, has transformed her image entirely. She's now a philanthropist, influencer, and advocate for women in aviation. Her Instagram is filled with soft sunsets, charity galas, and motivational captions. But beneath the filters, insiders say the emotional scars remain. She learned how to weaponize perception, one Hollywood insider says. Now she controls her own narrative, and Jeff's too, in a way. Behind closed doors, the two still communicate, not as lovers, but as allies. A private call here, a quiet text there. To the public, their history. To each other, their unfinished business. As the years passed, something strange happened. Public sympathy shifted. New leaks, fresh memoirs, and revisited evidence blurred the lines of guilt and innocence. Who betrayed whom? Who leaked the files? And who ultimately paid the higher price? Fans began asking if Lauren had been framed. Others claimed Jeff's obsession with secrecy caused his own downfall, and through it all, the narrative evolved from scandal to tragedy. Two powerful people caught in a storm they helped create. The narrator's voice slows. In the empire of secrets, love is never pure and loyalty never free. Because even in silence, their story still echoes through gossip blogs, space documentaries, and every whispered headline about the rich and the reckless. The final scene fades in slow motion. Lauren steps out of a luxury car, flashes blinding her as paparazzi swarm. She smiles politely, adjusts her coat, and walks through the crowd. As she passes the cameras, she whispers to herself, barely audible, "They'll never know the truth." The shot lingers. The world keeps guessing. And in that silence between them, power and pain still dance together, just like they always did. The Bezos Sanchez affair. In love, in power, and in secrets that will never die.